This graph shows the survival rates of new businesses over their first 5 years. Down here is the steep drop-off of tech startups. Look at this top line holding steady at 90%. Those represent businesses like laundromats, self-storage facilities, and vending routes. 6 years ago, Harry was an operations coordinator at a logistics company, earning $3,419 a month. He tried to escape his salary with the usual online plays. He built a dropshipping store that netted $97. He put his savings into crypto and watched it shrink. The structural flaw in those side hustles is their foundation. They rely on social media algorithms and fleeting hype. There is no predictable cash landing in your account every single month. Then he read an observation by Thomas Stanley and William Danko in The Millionaire Next Door. Statistically, the vast majority of self-made millionaires are not influencers or tech founders. They are self-employed owners of dull, normal, local businesses. You do not need to invent a clever viral niche to build wealth. You only need to fulfill a mundane, inescapable daily chore. The highest converting local businesses are not random. They all share an identical financial architecture defined by 3 strict operational filters. The first filter is the habitual monthly payment. If you tie a business to an inescapable human chore, the revenue becomes unalgorithmic. People return because their clothes will always get dirty. Harry tested this by scraping together a down payment for an aging laundromat. By month 6, after upgrading the machines and slightly raising prices, his net profit was $2,189. It was a modest amount, but the cash flow was absolute and entirely predictable. Route-based services like pest control operate on the exact same mechanics. Homeowners sign up for regular service and stay on a schedule, turning physical neighborhood routes into recurring subscriptions. The second filter requires low-drama decisions. The cost of the service must be small enough to slide completely under a consumer's emotional radar. No one calls a family budget meeting to approve a small, everyday convenience. A $1.79 soda from a vending machine or a $12 trip through a local car wash fits this perfectly. People pay without hesitating, creating a high-volume, low-friction environment. When you combine a habitual need with low-drama pricing, the resulting revenue stream forms an economic fortress. It is entirely immune to internet trends or sudden shifts in the broader market. The third and final filter is asset control. This is the transition from providing a service with your own time to owning the physical infrastructure that generates the cash. Self-storage is the ultimate expression of this filter. It monetizes the psychological inertia of people who refuse to let go of their physical items, paying rent for years to hold boxes in a concrete unit. Harry partnered with a contractor who owned empty land. Harry funded 31% of the construction costs to build 24 storage units, taking on the day-to-day management in exchange for long-term equity. This chart illustrates what happens when you combine these distinct streams. The laundromat brought in $1,300 initially. Harry then added a vending route that cleared $2,400 a month. When his share of the storage units stabilized at roughly $1,500, the total broke right through his $3,419 logistics salary. These operations fed organically into each other. The laundromat brought the foot traffic, and the vending machines monetized the customer's waiting time. The income grew automatically, without requiring him to clock in for extra hours at a 9-to-5 job. Escaping a standard salary does not require a massive overnight windfall. You achieve it by horizontally stacking small points of leverage until they outweigh your monthly living expenses. 6 years after buying that first laundromat, Harry's net worth crossed the $1 million mark. He achieved this without a single viral moment. The sheer repetition of this work acts as a natural protective moat. The unglamorous reality of collecting quarters and scheduling maintenance weeds out tourists and uncommitted competitors looking for easy money. You can apply this exact framework in your own city. Look at sale listings for neglected physical service businesses and check if they pass the 3 filters: habitual payments, low-drama pricing, and asset control. A return of $1,000 a month might look like pocket change compared to the promises of tech startups, but when that cash is completely predictable, it is the foundational block of an empire. Ultimate financial freedom is rarely won by trying to invent the future. It is built by quietly and systematically owning the boring infrastructure of the present.